Hello and welcome to the 1800 News. I am Lucy Spergen and we have a very special guest. Please welcome Harriet Beecher Stowe. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Thanks for being here. Since you are here, can I ask you some questions?
Sure, go right ahead. I would love to answer your questions.
First off, why did you decide to become an author? I would love to know since you have one of the best-selling books.
Well, I always loved writing and reading as a child. Another reason is I think people should really learn what it's like for a slave at the plantations.
Wow, that's really interesting. Having had no exposure or personal knowledge of institution of slavery, what was your purpose of writing such an inflammatory piece of fiction with an unrepresentative of the truth and facts?
Well, I really think that enslaving of the African race is a clear violation of the great law which commands us to love our neighbor as ourselves.
Since we are on the topic of books, what other books did you write other than Uncle Tom's Cabin?
Some other books I wrote was Palmetto Leaves, Angus of Sorrento, and The Old Town Folks.
Wow, I hadn't realized you wrote so many. What goals did you have after the end of slavery?
I just wanted everyone to be treated equally and the same as everyone else.
Okay, what did you do after the Civil War was over?
After the Civil War, I moved to Andover, Massachusetts for 11 years, and after retirement, I relocated to Hartford, Connecticut.
So, Harriet, what was it like growing up in Litchfield, Connecticut?
Well, in the beginning, it was actually very sad because my mom died when I was 3, so I had to go live with my aunt, Harriet Foote. But then it got better because my dad remarried and married Harriet Porter, so I got 2 new brothers and a new sister.
Did you have a different home in any of the other seasons?
I did have a winter home.
That's really cool. So, I know this isn't a very sophisticated question, but what did you do before the Civil War?
Well, I actually was a teacher at Hartford Female Seminary.
That's an interesting way to be spending your time, by teaching the next generation of women, and I thank you for that. Well, we are almost out of time, but I would like to ask you a very weird question, if that's okay.
Sure, go right ahead.
Well, I was wondering, when do you think and where do you think you were going to die?
Well, that is a very weird question, but I would just say at random, I think that I'm going to die July 1st, 1896 in Hartford, Connecticut.
Well, thanks for that very specific, unrelated question. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is Lucy Spergen, and thanks for watching.